Greetings, citizens of the internet. Today I saw this story in my feed that I thought was hilarious. And if you know much about me, which a lot of you probably don't, I'm a musician first. Look me up on Spotify, Apple Music, Road Grimes. You'll find me. I've been putting stuff out for a while. So these kind of stories that are the intersection of music and politics are I think my forte, which is why, you've probably seen I do music parodies too. I did some stuff with the Rachel Maddow clips, the Proud Boys stuff, and I'm gonna keep doing that. I think that's music is what I love. So this story came up. It's about the rapper Afroman, who, if you know who he is, he's the guy who came to prominence with that song "Because I Got High." I was gonna mow my lawn, but then I got high. You know the song. It's very popular. But a lot of people might have missed this. And interestingly enough, the reason I saw it is because of the rapper R.A. the Rugged Man. I follow him on Facebook. Good rapper if you haven't checked him out. Been around a long time. Veteran. He shared this video that Afroman did. And at the time I saw it, and I don't know how long ago this was, but I feel like it was about a year ago. Maybe it wasn't that long ago. But in this video, what had basically happened is cops had raided Afroman, and he had security camera footage of these cops going through all this stuff, and he made a song about it and used the footage of the cops like raiding him, and was like clowning these cops, making fun of them as they're going through his stuff. And he even goes over the indictment. It has like kidnapping charges and drug trafficking. And so, the song, you can see the video. I don't want to get copyright charges, so I'm not going to play the actual song. I'll put a link to it in the description. But it's just hilarious because he's clowning these cops as they're going through all this stuff, like, hey, did you find 1 million pounds of weed inside my coat pockets? Did you find any of the kidnapping victims in my closet? Like, what the hell is going on, you corrupt ass cops? They're clearly going through his stuff, trying to take money. And, he addresses that in the song. He actually did another song recently as well called, I don't want to mess it up. Why You Disconnected My Video Camera. And that video is even better, where he's like directly saying stuff about banging the cops' wives and stuff like that. So today in my feed, I see this story that these cops are actually suing him, the cops that he made the video about, which is proof that it worked. It's such a brilliant flipping of the script. Because I don't know if you've ever seen the documentary Making a Murderer, right, on Netflix. But what's messed up now is if this goes to court, the cops, if you've seen that show Making a Murderer, the reason I brought this up, it's clear that the prosecutors and the cops and the judges all know each other. They see each other every day. If you're a cop in this county, you work directly with the courts. So you have a very unfair bias and advantage in your favor. So I hope people watch this case close if it proceeds. Hopefully it gets thrown out. But because really hilarious. This guy, what a genius. I mean, props to you, Afroman. You are a friggin' genius, my friend. But let's read this story because this is hilarious. This is just hilarious. Again, here's the headline: Rap artist Afroman sued by officers who raided his home. And proof it worked. Proof the videos and the songs worked. And this is only gonna, in my opinion, make it bigger. Hopefully, go listen to the song if you haven't heard it yet. It's amazing. Watch the video. Give this guy the views and the clicks that he deserves. If he hasn't gotten them yet. He's gotten a lot. But so here's the article says, it's in Winchester, Ohio. 7 law enforcement officers have sued rap artist Afroman, accusing him of improperly using footage from a police raid on his Ohio home last year in his music videos. 4 deputies, 2 sergeants, and a detective with the Adams County Sheriff Office brought the suit earlier this month, claiming invasion of privacy. The chutzpah. Other law enforcement officers who were involved in the raid are not named as plaintiffs. The plaintiffs say the rapper, whose real name is Joseph Foreman, took advantage of their faces obtained by the August 2022 raid and used it in music videos and social media posts without their consent. They say that he has caused them, quote, emotional distress, embarrassment, ridicule, loss of reputation, and humiliation. No, I think you caused yourselves that. He just captured it on his videos. The plaintiffs are seeking all of Foreman's profits from his use of their personas. That includes proceeds from the songs, music videos, and live event tickets, as well as the promotion of Foreman's Afroman brand, under which he sells beer, marijuana, t-shirts, and other merchandise. They also seek a court injunction to take down all the videos and posts containing their personas. The suit names Foreman, his recording firm, and a Texas-based media distribution company as defendants. In an Instagram post made Wednesday, Foreman vowed to countersue for the undeniable damage this has had on my client's family, career, and property. Law enforcement officers were acting on a warrant that stated probable cause existed for drugs and drug paraphernalia would be found on Foreman's property and that trafficking and kidnapping had taken place there. Authorities have said those suspicions turned out to be unfounded, though, and the raid failed to turn up probative criminal evidence. No charges were ever filed. So they embarrassed themselves, and he took advantage of it, flipped the script, and now they're trying to sue him for that. So I want to watch how this case develops because it really bothers me. Like I said, and nothing against cops. I look at cops. This is my take on cops. Cops are like Muslims. You only hear about them when they do bad stuff. There's a lot of good cops doing good things every day, just like there's Muslims every day that aren't terrorists blowing things up, and so I'm using that analogy just to make that comparison for people who, want to call me a bootlicker or want to call me, an anti-cop, because I'm neither. I'm just stating facts here. And the fact is that if you watch a show like Making a Murderer, cops in that show have a very unfair advantage. They coerce a confession out of the guy's mentally handicapped cousin or nephew. They work. You can see how the prosecutors and the cops are friends. They know each other because, like I said, they see each other every day, and that's just how the system works. So these guys are obviously upset that Afroman flipped the script on them, and now they're trying to go and take all his money that he made clowning them, essentially. So this last part of the article is the real clincher. And again, the reason that I hope this case ends up being ruled in his favor. When cash seized during the raid was returned to Foreman, it appeared that hundreds of dollars were missing. A subsequent review by the State Bureau of Criminal Investigation determined that the deputies had miscounted the amount seized during the raid itself. So these cops, wow. Straight up crooks. And they have no one to blame but themselves for this. I mean, if nothing turned up, where did they get these accusations? What were they acting on? Whose accusations were they at? What evidence were they acting on to warrant this raid? They clowned themselves. So anyway, I thought this was a hilarious piece of news, a hilarious kind of follow-up to his videos, and I really hope it gets him a lot of attention, additional attention for these videos. So